7 o'clock on your Friday morning, the Meade School District has agreed on a plan for the fall, one of very few districts planning to start the year with students in the classroom.
Some experts say Halloween could be the next holiday to get canceled. A look at how the economy could change one of the most expensive holidays of the year. And Spokane Valley announced that they are closing their public pools. We're talking about where you can swim this weekend in the Inland Northwest.
Plus, outside, it is a dry start to the day, but chilly, upper 40 and low 50 degree temperatures to kick off the morning. We'll be talking about what's to come for your weekend coming up.
Up with KREM begins now.
Good morning, happy Friday. Thanks for watching Up with KREM. It is 7 a.m. Look at that adorable little face to say good morning. So you may have noticed that Joshua has been gone all of this week, but that's because he's adopted adorable puppy. This is Tangeroo George. I gotta love that name. Send us your tips and tricks for a new dog by texting us at 509-448-2000. We'll talk about him all morning long. Joshua, I know you've had your hands full. He's kind of a toddler, right? He's a young one.
So he's just over a year old, and this is the first time I've ever adopted a dog on my own. He's a rescue dog. Yeah, that first week was something else, Dana Marie. A lot of sort of in-the-moment learning lessons with Tangeroo.
He is so cute. Evan, are we going to have some good weather so Tangeroo and Joshua can continue on their walks?
To see Tangeroo, to coincidentally run into Tangeroo, I'm just going to kind of camp outside because we do know that obviously he's still getting accustomed, and we've talked about how I may or may not be a little high energy for him depending on the circumstance, but we're gonna become best friends, and it's gonna happen. Dog walking weather going to be great for the day today and really through the weekend as we move toward that trend of sunny weather once again. The problem that we have on hand is that it is pretty chilly to start off the morning, so a jacket may be helpful as you start the day. Take a look outside. Satellite radar is generally very clear. We're not seeing much as far as problems go. A few residual showers from yesterday. Taking a look at your hour-by-hour forecast, we will make it to 75 degrees, much colder than average. Average would be about 85, so we're 10 degrees below average, but we are going to stick with the trend of sunny conditions. A breeze sticks with us, mainly in the high single digits, not too much of a problem. Take a look at your weekend forecast, 82 and 84 degrees. Partly cloudy skies as we start off your Saturday. Those are going to be mainly through the morning hours and then break off into the evening. By the time we get to Sunday, though, we're moving back toward mid 80 degree temperatures, a little bit warmer in there, and we'll be seeing those clouds clear out quite a bit. So it's going to be a pretty nice weekend in general. Get out, enjoy it, and be ready for the possibility of a little bit of wet weather into about the middle and later portion of next week, which we will detail in just a bit. Back over to you.
Thank you very much, Evan. 7:03 coming up here this morning, and the summer heat, of course, means many of us looked forward to getting out and swimming in local pools for some much-needed relief. But the coronavirus makes finding that relief a bit more of a challenge. Our Nicole Hernandez joining us live now this morning with the latest on where you can and can't swim in Spokane. Good morning, Nicole.
Yeah, good morning, Joshua. So the city of Spokane Valley decided that they are going to be closing 3 of their public outdoor pools for the rest of the summer 2020 season. Now, the one I'm at here now, Valley Mission Park, is one of the ones that they're going to be closing. The other 2 are Park Road and Terrace View Park. So the city made the announcement on Facebook saying that these pools will not be open for the 2020 aquatic season. They also said their workers will be moving to other state agencies to help make other decisions like this and keep the community safe. There are other options for pools, though, if you're interested. The YMCA of the Inland Northwest was able to open their pools at a limited capacity in mid-July. They said they were following the guidance from Governor Inslee's office, keeping their employees and their members healthy and safe. Their pools are available for reservation for people 14 years or older. As for all of Spokane County, they're in phase 2 of reopening. At first, that meant public pools and other public recreational facilities needed to be closed. But on Monday, Governor Inslee put out new rules. He increased the social distancing rules, but then limited large facilities to 25% capacity. Governor Inslee also put a pause on any counties moving on to the next phase last month. For Spokane, that means moving into phase 3 will happen eventually, and doing that would mean public recreational facilities could open at half capacity, which includes public pools. So just across the state line over in Idaho, Boulder Beach is planning on staying open. Silverwoods, they said they will keep their water park open throughout the summer season. And they will be open from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Live in Spokane Valley, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Thank you very much, Nicole. 7:05 on the way here, and this morning we are here to help you navigate all the changing information about the school year this fall. The Meade School District has approved its learning plan for the upcoming year. We've got a breakdown this morning of what you can expect. This is what they approved yesterday. In-person classes will resume for preschool and K through 5. They will use a hybrid learning model for grades 6 through 12. And families that are uncomfortable returning to in-person learning can still choose virtual learning. The school district also released a list of safety protocols for in-person learning. Face coverings are required for students and staff on buses and school campuses. A daily reported temperature and health check are also now required. Students will practice physical distancing measures and will be in groups to minimize exposure and allow for contact tracing. There will also be designated hand washing breaks throughout the school day. When it comes to lunch, students will have a staggered schedule and will be given self-contained grab-and-go meals. They will collaborate with the Spokane Regional Health District to establish protocols for reporting symptoms and initiate contact investigation and tracing. Now on Monday, the district will discuss potentially delaying the start date of school to September 13th.
When our schools have to close, our kids suffer.
Well, leaders in Idaho are reiterating the state's plan to have students in classrooms this fall, provided it is safe to do so. The state's Board of Education this summer released guidance on how schools should operate based on local coronavirus transmission rates. And this week, Idaho Governor Brad Little stressed the importance of in-person learning. With the start of school just weeks away, many families are still trying to determine what learning will look like. Governor Little doubled down on the state's stance that classrooms should be open if it's safe.
I genuinely understand the deep concern of some teachers and parents about returning to school for in-person instruction. The expectation is that schools will not be closed for extended periods of time during the 2021 academic year.
Now, based on state guidance, learning will play out based on local community transmission rates. Education could be either in person, a blend of in-person or remote learning, or fully remote. And Governor Little also announced that the state will stay in stage 4 of the state's reopening plan for at least 2 more weeks. Idaho is also allocating $85 million toward the safe reopening of schools. $10 million will be for additional PPE. $48 million will go toward helping bridge the digital divide and equip schools with the computers and other resources for successful remote learning. Another $21 million will go toward COVID-19 testing for teachers and school staff. $3 million will increase testing lab turnaround and capacity. Another $3 million will go to help Idaho pharmacies to aid in quick testing results for people in rural parts of Idaho. And Governor Little did acknowledge that school operations will look different from district to district, but he hopes that this funding will help schools all open safely.
All right, thank you so much, Joshua. It's time for your morning rush. More news in less time. The Idaho mother of 2 children who were found dead on her husband's property has waived her preliminary hearing this week. Lori Vallow appeared in court this week in southern Idaho. By waiving her preliminary hearing, Vallow's case will automatically go to district court for trial. As of right now, neither Vallow or her husband Chad Daybell have been charged directly with killing 7-year-old JJ Vallow or 16-year-old Tylee Ryan. At a later date, Vallow will be required to enter a plea to charge against her, including felony charges related to concealing evidence. The date has not been set yet. A car chase in Spokane yesterday ended with a van hitting a bus. According to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, the driver, who had been sleeping in the van, tried to avoid talking to the deputies and took off. Deputies later said the van had been reported missing on July 14th. The Sheriff's Office is now seeking a search warrant for the van to see if there's any stolen property inside. The Big Sky Conference is preparing to postpone all conference football games to the spring. Yesterday's decision means we likely won't see an Eastern Washington or Idaho football play until 2021. More details are expected as part of an official announcement later today. Health officials say they want you to throw out any red or white or yellow onions in your pantry. The USDA's latest warning claims there is an outbreak of salmonella infecting over 600 people in 45 states, including Idaho and Oregon. The outbreak is linked to red onions coming from California. That company is Taylor Farms. An Idaho man says he thought he was hallucinating when he found an alligator under his travel trailer. The man says he thought the alligator was a large iguana, but then when he realized it wasn't, he called 911. The 6-foot gator named Gomer escaped his temporary enclosure at the Idaho Reptile Zoo. He's now safely back with his owner. Well, that's your Morning Rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKrem on social media. Well, coming up, the Seattle City Council has proposed budget cuts to the police department, but the police say they would actually hurt diversity efforts. And we do want to know what you think about school dress codes. Should students have to follow them when they're taking classes online? You can vote now in our KREM 2 mobile app. We'll share those results next.
And it's a cold start to the day, mainly upper 40 and low 50-degree temperatures right now on our Friday, but we are warming up through the weekend. We've got 80s in store for Saturday and Sunday. Your forecast for the weekend and beyond after the break.